Welcome to Spring Point Archives. This article is Army and Navy gloves made at Effingham. Effingham, Illinois, that is. This building here in the picture is where this article is talking about. It was on the southeast corner of Jefferson and 3rd in Effingham. And it was a factory for Illinois glove from 1937 to 1991. I'm going to start the article. With a clatter that to passerbys on neighboring streets sounds as if a remodeling project were perpetually underway, 225 employees of the Illinois Glove Manufacturing Company here are hammering away day and night at making work gloves for U.S. soldiers and sailors. At present, the factory is busy turning out a recently received $10,000 order for work gloves for the Army, one of a series of government contracts which the factory here has handled within the last year. Hammering away describes the work adequately, for the glove parts, instead of being cut with a machine, are stamped out with a cutting die driven by a round-headed mallet. The Illinois Glove Company has been in operation in Effingham for 7 years, since taking over the small plant of the bankrupt Sturm Glove Company. For 3 years, the central firm operated in modest quarters on Center Street, but 4 years ago the business had grown so large it was necessary to find more ample space, and the plant was moved to the present location on East Jefferson Street. The business here is owned by Illinois Glove of Champaign, which Sam Schmickler is president. Ben Wolf is manager of the Effingham plant. Already the plant has become cramped in its new quarters. According to Mr. Wolf, 225 men and women are employed on day and night shifts, and the weekly payroll is approximately $4,000. An even larger force could be employed if there were room to accommodate more workers, Mr. Wolf said. Employment was stepped up from 35 to 40% when government contracts began coming in a year ago. All employment is on a piecework basis, and as the workers strive to turn out the extra pieces that will mean extra pay, the factory is a place that has the air of a beehive, everyone striving to turn out one piece of work after another as rapidly as possible, everyone attending his own business and apparently oblivious of everything and everybody else. Only work gloves are made in the plant here. Some are made from cloth, some from leather, and some from combinations of leather and cloth. Only the best grades of horsehide and cowhide are accepted for gloves being made on government contract. Each hide is carefully inspected before it is accepted for the cutting tables. At heavy waist-high benches in front of the plant, deft, strong-armed men quickly spread the cloth or leathers out, calculate the parts that may be cut from them with a minimum waste. Before each of these men is an array of cutting dies. These are odd-shaped pieces somewhat resembling an old-fashioned flat iron, but with an upright handle. On the face of each die is a cutting blade that forms the shape of one glove part, a finger, a palm, a wrist, or any of the numerous small pieces that help give the glove its hand-fitting shape. As fast as he can swing his mallet and move his cutter in another spot, the cutter turns out a stream of parts. If the material is leather, the waste is bundled up and sold either to a glue factory or a fertilizer manufacturing plant. Cloth waste is saved also and is converted into paper or other products. On the factory's second floor, a corps of women at heavy sewing machines deftly assembles the glove parts. The thread is seldom cut, and the sewing of another glove is started as soon as one is finished, so that the finished glove pile up behind the machine in a long chain. From the machines, the gloves go to another department where they are stretched over metal shapers. In the next department, they are turned outside out, for their parts are sewn together inside out. Each pair of glove is stapled together and goes in the final inspecting and packing department. In addition to the government contracts which it is handling at present, the company is continuing with its regular production of gloves for the trade, which retail from less than $1 up to $3. The private demand also has showed increase lately, according to Mr. Wolf, and the factory force has little time for conversation if it meets its daily quota. Now I'll switch to the pictures that accompanied the article. In the top left picture, the caption reads, $10,000 worth of work gloves for the U.S. Army are being turned out in the Effingham plant of the Illinois Glove Company. Here a worker selects a choice hide, which he will cut into glove parts with heavy cutting dies driven by the round mallets shown in the foreground. Top right picture. Continuing right on to another glove as soon as one is finished, women in a heavy electric-driven sewing machines assemble work gloves in long chains. All workers in the factory work on a piece scale basis. The more gloves they turn out, the more money they make. Bottom left picture. Still inside out as it comes from the sewing machine, the glove is stretched and formed over a stainless steel hand. Then it is turned right side out with a foot-operated punch, which deftly dives into each finger stall. Practically all operations in the plant are by hand, but the factory turns out thousands of pairs of gloves daily. In the bottom right picture, final stage in the gloves making is the mating and inspection, snipping off of loose thread ends and packing in cartons. Sharp-eyed inspectors work swiftly, reject gloves in which sewing or materials are defective. The Effingham plant employs 225, already is crowded in a new building to which it moved 4 years ago. This was from the Decatur Daily Review, Saturday, July 19th, 1941. Thanks for watching.